Hello YouTube, this is filming attempt number 2 due to the fact that I got interrupted the first time by my dog because it's her dinner time and I hadn't fed her. Welcome back to my channel. This is Ruth at Pixie Stitches. It's lovely to have you here. Thank you for joining me. I'm doing something a little bit different today, so it's not a usual Flosstube update, because I don't have the most extensive range of works in progress to show you. It hasn't been, I've been stitching, but it's only on 1 or 2 projects, so rather than just have a really short video with not much to show you, I thought I'd do something a bit different. So today's video is going to be a craft parade. No, it's not. It's going to be a kit parade and a pattern parade to a certain extent. I'm not going to show you all of my patterns because I keep all of my cross-stitch supplies in quite a large storage box, and if I was to go through all of it, we'd be here for ages. So I thought I'd start with the kits and the patterns that are easily accessible, and we're about to get interrupted by a dog, so apologies if you can hear / see Missy snorting in the background. Hello, you finished your dinner now, have you? She came up the first time I was filming and wouldn't stop licking me, so that's why we had to stop, but hopefully she'll just keep us company, so you might hear some sort of snorty noises because she sounds a little bit like a piggy sometimes. The wonders of her being not able to breathe that well. She's a wrinkly faced pup, and they have some breathing issues, so she also snores, so if she does fall asleep with us, you'll probably hear her. Hello, I'm filming. Yes, I know, you want to say, no, please don't let me, you've just had dinner. Good girl. Yeah, she's right here, as you can see. So Missy likes to say hello and be centre of attention on my videos, for those of you that might not have seen us before. She is a Chinese Shar-Pei, she's a rescue, and sometimes she just likes to have a bit of a fuss whilst I'm chatting, don't you? Because you don't want to miss out. So my apologies, she's not supposed to be in the videos, but every time I've filmed one since we've had her, she's come and said hello. So you get to see Missy as part of my videos now. She's off now, she's done. Good girl. So yes, back to the scheduled programming. Kit parade. So yes, sorry, my brain is now completely splattered because of interruptions, but I thought I would start off with one of my most recent purchases. This was inspired by, guess who? Those of you that have seen me before will know that I am friends with Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny. She has a tendency to help my spending and often influences with what she's doing over on her channel. I see lots of things that she's stitching or has bought, and I think, oh, that looks nice, and then I end up buying them. So this is one of those. So first, honestly, pick one thing up, everything else falls over. First purchase, or first kit, is this one. Some of you may have seen this before because I think I might have shown it in my previous Flosstube update. But this is the Karen Carpenter seals pattern. It is just called seals. There are at least 3 others that are smaller full coverage pieces, but this is a slightly bigger one. And there are 3 others in this series, including sort of under the sea fishies, a turtle, and I think dolphins, if I remember correctly. But I'm not going to go into too much detail because otherwise we will never get through this massive pile of kits. So this is my Karen Carpenter seals design. I love this. I just think the colours are really lovely and bright. All the threads come in the kit, and the pattern, which I'm not supposed to show you, whoops. And I think this is on 14 count Zweigart fabric. It says Zweigart fabric, I'm not sure of the count, but looking forward to starting this one. Okay, next up is a pattern that I also got from Cross Stitch Bunny Shop. I think that's right. Is that right? Stitch Bunny Shop, which is Lauren's shop. So this is a lovely Halloween pattern. I'm sorry about the glare because these are in plastic. So I love this. I just couldn't resist it. Anything Halloweeny, as most of you will be aware, is totally up my alley. Hoping to fit this in at some point this year. So this is by Kathy Barrick, and it's called Tonight is Halloween. It's a nice little pattern to have a go at. Just to mention that unless these kits or patterns have come with threads and fabrics, I haven't kitted any of them, I don't think, up yet. Next up, I can't show you this one because it's in a plastic, but I do have a Harry Potter kit that I purchased some time ago that I've not got to. So that's what that is, but I just thought I'd pop it to the side. Next up, we have a little Welsh sampler. I live in Wales, for those of you that don't know, and this says Cariad on it, which means darling in Welsh. I just think this is so pretty. I love the colours. It's just gorgeous. I really, really do need to get to this one. I bought it some time ago and it's sat in my box and I haven't got to it. Doesn't sound at all familiar. So I think this is probably stitched on 14 count white Ada. It comes with the fabric and the threads. It's by Riverdrift House Needlework. Yes, it is on 14 count Ada and it has a needle in with it as well. I'm actually really looking forward to this, so I need to put it near the top of my stash so I don't forget about it. The problem is I'm probably going to say that with every single kit because there are a lot. The collecting is definitely going well. Just moving a couple of things that I don't have pictures on the front or that I can't actually show you because they're just patterns, the actual pattern rather than the image. That's what I was trying to say. So next up we have a Bothy Threads rendale kit. This is the stag with the most gorgeous robins on its antlers. I absolutely love this. He's so cute. So this is called Festive Friends. I purchased this just before Christmas thinking, oh, that would be lovely to stitch for Christmas. And of course I didn't get around to it. So he's on my list. You will notice within my collection there are a few stags. I've got a bit of a thing for deer and for stags. I just think they are majestic and beautiful. So there are a few within my collection, but isn't he absolutely gorgeous? I haven't actually ever stitched any rendale designs. I've got lots of them. I haven't stitched any of them because I'm a bit intimidated. They're so gorgeous and I don't want to mess them up. But we will get to him. So he's one of my rendale designs that I'm hoping to get to. The others are in here somewhere. Here's another one. So again, purchased from sorry about the crinkling. This is another Bothy Threads rendale design. Again, absolutely couldn't resist. Big dog and Halloween fan. So this is the best treat of all. Absolutely love this. I mean, the dog with a little cape here and the hat. Oh my goodness, he's just adorable. Absolutely love him. Can't wait to do this one. Again, it's in the pile of need to stitch ASAP, but haven't quite got to him. So it's a horrendous glare on that. I am sorry. As I said, they're all still wrapped in the plastic and I'm not taking them out because it'll crinkle even worse. But love this. Really looking forward to stitching this. Any excuse for a Halloween pattern is a good excuse in my book. Okay. That's the other theme you're going to see is Halloween patterns. I'm trying to do them so you don't get all of the same theme at one time. So next up, these are a little bit easier. You will have seen some of these before. This is a very little diddy pattern, so I hope you can see it. But this is the February Cottage from the Cottage of the Month series by, I never say this right, Country Cottage Needleworks. It's just the pattern. I just thought it was a really cute little pink house. I keep seeing these all over YouTube, people stitching all the fantastic designs, and I was like, I have to have at least one. There is another one in here at least, but haven't got to him yet. Need to source some threads and some fabric for this. Just so cute. Can't wait to try that one. And then we also have in the same kind of vibe, and this one is out of the plastic. This is, of course, Pumpkin Cottage. Again, this is from Country Cottage Needleworks. Can't get my words out. Pumpkin Cottage. Really, really like this. Just a really cute little kind of design. Lots of little pumpkins, and I like the little white flowers. It did come, I'm very lucky because he came with some of the specialist threads which are in here. They're from Gentle, what are they from? Hang on, I'm going to have to pull them out now to tell you. So they are from all different places. We've got Crescent Colours Hand Dyed Floss. So we have a lovely pumpkin-y orange. Can't wait to use these. We have a Simply Shaker sampler threads from the Gentle Art. Heard of them. It's a nice greeny colour. And there's some DMCs in there as well as some specialty threads. So I really just need some fabric and I can crack on with him. I'm going to have to find some fabric for him. Sorry, totally distracted of like, now I want to go and stitch all of my patterns. Knew that would happen. But anyway, yes, Pumpkin Cottage by Country Cottage Needleworks. Some of these designers have names that are really similar and I get them completely mixed up. Okay, next up is my Luca S Dreamcatcher Wolf kit. I don't think this one has a name particularly. Doesn't look like it, but it is B2305. He's stitched on like a rustic feel Ada, I think, and comes with pre-bobbinated threads. Love that, because I am not a bobbins girl. To those of you that do bobbinating, honestly, you have my utmost respect. I would not have the patience. Unfortunately, my threads tend to end up in a mess, but that's me. But I really like this design. I thought it was something a bit different. I like the colours. I love wolves. They're just awesome. So yeah, that's my Luca S. Next up, we do have a couple of Joy Sundays in here. I'm aware that she's perhaps not the best choice, but I bought these early on in my cross stitch journey. Still haven't done them, but we have a really cute unicorn design. Just My Little Pony fan over here. I grew up with My Little Pony. That dates me, doesn't it? But absolutely love My Little Pony, the original version. And when I saw this, I was like, I have to have that. That just is so nostalgic. I'm a big horse person anyway, for those of you that don't know, I horse ride, have done since I was quite small. And this is yeah, I love this. I don't have words for how much I love this design, and I really need to stitch it. She is full coverage, I think, which is a bit scary. But yeah, looking forward to getting to her at some point in the hopefully not too distant future. And then my other Joy Sunday, as I said, you will recognise the theme here, is this lovely stag. I love the colours in this, just the kind of pinky purpley background, the wintry kind of side of things. I've got a bit of a thing for winter stitching as well. Snowy scenes, winter scenes are very much my version of things. Autumn and winter, they're kind of my themes in terms of seasons. It's not that I don't like spring and summer, I just tend to pick the wintry things. But love this design. Looking forward to trying that one as well. There are still quite a few more. Okay, let's go for a different brand. So I have a few Mill Hill kits. Again, very intimidated. They're on perforated paper, which I've never stitched on. You pull out the instructions and there's beads and there's threads and there's sometimes notions and things as well. And I tried reading the instructions for one of these kits, I can't remember which one, and was so intimidated I put it all back. I was just like, oh my God, I don't know if I can even try. So at some point I'm going to challenge myself to complete one of these, but I need to pick the easiest one. So if anybody has any advice on Mill Hill kits, how to approach them, what might be the easiest way to do that, because they kind of scare me, but I love their designs nonetheless. So this is the Which Way Buttons and Beads Autumn series. So this is my witchy on her broomstick in front of the moon with dreadful glare. I'm not winning with this glare today, am I? Sorry guys. But really like the design. Just, she's cool. Absolutely have to have a go at this. She's on black perforated paper just to make it even more complicated. And there's beads in here. There's like a whole load of threads. There's a button, I think. Yep, there's a star button in the back. Just to give you a brief look, because the threads, the chart rather, is in there. I really do need to pull this out and have a go. And I've just noticed, like, on the back, there's like the rest of the collection up here. Trying not to show you the chart. And there's one that's like fresh picked apples kind of sign, and I'm like, that's really cute. And there's a big pumpkin, and oh, put it down before I start trying to find them. This is the danger. They tend to all be parts of different series, and I'm like, I can just end up with hundreds of them if I'm not careful. Because yeah, cross stitch enabling, it doesn't take a lot. Certainly not for me. I love all my designs. Goodness knows when I'm going to get them all done, but I'm not going to be bored, put it that way. Okay, next up we have another one that I've had sitting around for ages that I couldn't resist because of what it is. But it's a lot of one colour. So this is the Bothy Threads Enchanted Pumpkin House. I mean, look at this background, guys. So this is stitched on Ada that is very much the same colour as the background in the picture, and I could not. I love this kind of shadow effect, all black and silver. the silver filament in this. Oh God. I do not like filament stuff. It's fiddly and it splits and it's generally a nightmare, but how cool is this going to look if I ever manage to actually get around to stitching it? Really love that. So we've got like a silver moon up here that's done in the filament, and some of the like steam coming off the cauldron is in the filament. I think that's the main kind of silvery areas, but really, really like this. Again, you've got to love a Halloween print. Just very much up my alley. So I say this after all of them, don't I? Looking forward to stitching that. It's true, I wouldn't have bought them if I didn't want to stitch them. But yeah, I've got a lot of stitching to do, and I keep buying more patterns. This is not a good thing. But I guess that's part of the hobby. So, and I'm also aware that I haven't got everything in this video either. There are more. Okay, so going back to Mill Hill, this is the one I pulled out. I think no, one of these I pulled out. One of these two. Okay, it might have been this one. So this is one of the Christmas Santa Claus stockings. It was this one I pulled out and had a look at. I think he's proper cute. He's an ornament. I've not done any ornaments before. Just think he's really quite adorable. Love Santa with his beard and like the little candy cane coming out the top of the stocking. Thought I could hang this on my Christmas tree. It would look really cool. I don't have any cross stitch ornaments, but I do have some crochet ornaments that I made a few years ago. So it'd be nice to have like that kind of more homemade feel of cross stitch, because it's kind of taken over. I don't crochet that often anymore. Still have several projects lying around that need finishing. Sound familiar? But yeah, I think he's the one I pulled out and was just so overwhelmed that I put him back. There's several different pieces of perforated paper in this, so it's not just all on one. And I really hope the instructions are still in here. We'll find out at some point in the future. I also have, on the theme of ornaments, I have a couple more, and this one I really, really want to stitch, because my God, how completely ridiculously cute is this? So this is the Garden Gnomes Mushroom House. Love a mushroom house. Just reminds me of any of you that, I'm going to date myself again here, but if any of you ever read the Enid Blyton book, The Faraway Tree and the Enchanted Wood, this is what this reminds me of. It's very much a book that was well loved and read multiple times in my childhood, and it just gives me those vibes, those nostalgic vibes. So I'm going to have a go at this at some point. Again, we've got threads, we've got perforated paper, we've got beads, we've got notions, we've got the whole lot in this, and it's not a big thing to do, but yeah, we'll see. And I've just seen that they have gnomes, obviously it being gnomes and gardens, they've got gnome ornaments as well, and I'm a bit of a gnome fan, so yeah. Think things to try. Then I have another ornament, which, Mum, if you happen to be watching this, look away now, because this is something that I bought with the plan to give it to my mum in the future. Whether she'll ever get it or not is another matter. She has had some stitchy gifts from me, but not on this subject. So, Mum, go away. Please stop watching if you're watching. So this is one of the Autumn Harvest Collection Hooty Owl designs or ornaments. He's proper cute. I quite like him. He might be one I have a go at, because he's not that big. There's not a lot of like really complex detail on him. I'm trying to show you with the glare. I mean, okay, we've got some, is this cross stitch or back stitch? It is cross stitch, and we've got some beading. And again, we've got the scary paper, which I'm just terrified of ruining. But he may not be a good place to start, because he doesn't look too complicated. So I might have a go at him. I might leave him out. That way I don't forget. Because I'm in the middle of like one big piece at the minute, and I've gone back to a previous stitch. I've actually picked up something I put away. For those of you that are new, you won't know, but once I put something down, I'm not very good at getting back to it. But I've actually picked something up this week that I haven't worked on in about a year, probably, because all of my whips are very much winter themed, and I needed something that wasn't. So yeah, anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Gosh, I'm at 20 minutes nearly already. Let's do some more kits, shall we? Okay, so something a bit different. So this is from Woodland Folk by DMC. These kits are hard to get hold of because I think they're out of print. I found this on eBay. So this is Toby Fox with Roses from the Woodland Folk range. He is just the cutest thing I have ever seen. A bit like Lauren, I'm a big foxes fan, and he's just so cute. He's just everything. Love the colour, love the fact he's holding all the flowers and the roses. Like, he just looks really cute and cuddly. I think foxes are hugely underrated as creatures, and they're just so beautiful in my opinion. So this is one that again I bought a while ago with every intention of starting when I got him, and I haven't touched him. I really have to do some of these to justify getting more, because there's more in some of the ranges that I'd really like to get, and this is one of those ranges that if I can find them, I would definitely purchase more of them. But again, comes with all the threads. I think he's on 14 count. Yep, 14 count white Ada. I wonder if I could put on something else colour wise, but he's on white, or he's come with white anyway. And then please, sorry if you hear weird noises, it's my partner. He's in our attic, so he comes down our lovely creaky ladder, so you may hear him. So next up we have, I'm going to go with this one. This is my dog park pattern by Satsuma Street. Love this, just the colours. It's a really quirky pattern. It's a bit different to sort of the other kits I've got. So I saw this recently when I was purchasing something else and was like, I just have to add that to cart. It needs to come with me. I don't know when I'm going to stitch it or when I'm going to put it on, but had to have it. Just, I love her. I mean, how cute is this dog? Just quirky, a bit wacky, and I really like her. So yeah, that's a slightly different one for me. I don't have anything else by this designer. I just thought I'd give something a bit different a whirl. Is it me, or like all of my designs or my kits near enough are all animals? I've just realised that, apart from one that I'm going to show you in a minute. But the majority of them are animal themed, and I didn't actually notice that that was a thing until just now. How have I managed to not notice that? Okay, one that isn't animal themed, which God knows if I'm ever going to do this, because quite frankly she terrifies me, but she's beautiful. So this is a Mirabilia, and this is the Raven Queen. I absolutely love her. I mean, goth fantasy over here. For those of you that don't know, I'm very into my goth music and goth clothing, despite being kind of Disney-fied as well. Disney goth. But I love this pattern, like the castle in the background, the raven that she's holding, the gown, the whole thing is just like, love it. I have never stitched a Mirabilia. I have never stitched a fancy lady. So this is a big undertaking if I ever get to her. I do have one other Mirabilia, well, Nora Corbett, they're related, pattern, which is the Trick or Treat fairy. She's the Halloween fairy, but she's smaller than this lady. This is a big one. So she came with all the beads. So I've got the bead pack on the back, all the Mill Hill beads. I've not actually ever beaded anything either, so that's a whole thing. But absolutely, I'm going to have to do it at some point. I mean, there's a lot of black. Her being goth, there would be a lot of black. But I don't know what colour I'd put her on. I'm not sure I'd want to put her on white. I'd probably want to put her on something a bit more interesting, maybe like an emerald to go with the kind of bluey tones. Anyway, I'm prevaricating because I love this pattern. I think she is absolutely gorgeous. But my goodness, there's a lot of detail. And I know there's kind of like tricky stuff with Mirabilia of like some things are done in one strand and some things are done in two strands, and yeah, all sorts of stuff. There's like Krynic and all things I've never done. So I'm gonna have to pick Lauren's brain on that because she likes fancy ladies. I'll be like, how do I do this? Teach me. Okay, there are some more stags coming up. So one of them, this one's a bit different. So this is from the Blackwork Company, which kind of gives it away. It's Blackwork, which is something new to me. Don't know why I picked up Blackwork, considering I hate backstitch. Could be interesting. I'm either going to love this or I'm going to absolutely loathe it. I don't think there's going to be any two ways, but how gorgeous is this pattern? I love all the purples in the background. Again, he's a stag. Just very regal, majestic, beautiful creatures in my book. Love a stag. and they feature in mythology so often and sort of fantasy series and things. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a go at him. It's quite heavily detailed, this. I don't know how much of you can see of like the detailing in the stitch work, but we're gonna have a go, maybe, at some black work. I thought it was a bit different. And a while back I was getting really frustrated with my cross stitch for some reason. I can't quite remember why now. One of my friends was like, oh, why don't you change it up and do a different type of embroidery? And she does a lot of black work, and I thought, oh, okay, I'll give that a go. Not thinking, hang on a minute, Ruth, you really don't like backstitch. So we will see. I'm either going to love it or hate it, as I say. And then we have some more Mill Hill. So I have the Frosty Morning Buttons and Beads Autumn Series. Again, the Autumn Series. Again, perforated paper, threads, beads, buttons, all sorts. But when I was a lot younger, I was lucky enough to go to Hawaii. And whilst my mum and I went to Hawaii together, and whilst we were there, we saw lots of red cardinal birds. And my mum is a keen bird watcher, and she just was like, these birds are beautiful. They're absolutely amazing. And I agree with her. They are stunning. But I actually bought this one as well, potentially for mum. Although I have to admit I'm quite fond of it myself. So she might not get it, but don't tell her, because hopefully she's not watching. Mum doesn't tend to watch my videos, but just in case. But no, I love it. Just the red cardinal birds, the kind of wintry, snowy tree. Yeah, my kind of vibe. Okay, one more Mill Hill. So this one is probably my favourite of the lot. And again, this is one I've had the longest, and I haven't even taken this out of the packet. That's how scared I am of these. So this is the Buttons and Beads Autumn Series Moonlit Kitties. Now, I'm not generally a cat person, but when it comes to Halloween cats, well, how could you possibly resist with this kind of like orangey, almost portal style background with all the pumpkins in the foreground, the spooky trees, the black cats, just, oh, this is everything. I love this pattern, and I really, really have to get to it. I think I need to stop being scared of Mill Hill and just bite the bullet and do one. Can't be that hard, right? I mean, I've been cross-stitching for a long time. I should be able to manage this. I'm going to have to work out how beading works, because, yeah, I don't know how you do that and make sure that it stays put without putting like 100 tons of thread through it. I'd be scared they'd fall off, but I'm sure I can find the instructions and have a go at this. So we've got a few more left, not many now, a couple more kits left. I'll start with this one. So this is a relatively recent purchase. I bought this at Christmas. This is a Luca S crinkly packaged kit. Again, I don't think he has a name, so we're just going to call him Mr. Gorgeous Reindeer, because he's absolutely beautiful. Very scary, because I think he is also full coverage, and like that background, that's a lot. That's a lot of stitching, but he's just, I couldn't not have him. He was gorgeous. I think he's got such a lovely facial expression. You know, the antlers are really detailed, the holly and his big bow. I just, yeah, he's very much a me kind of design. So hoping to get to him this Christmas, maybe, since I bought him last Christmas and didn't get to him because of other things. He's going to take me a very long time to stitch though, so he's going to be probably with me for a number of years, I should think. I can't imagine I'd finish him anytime soon because of the detail and the amount of stitching that's going to involve. But nonetheless, love the idea. Who doesn't love a challenge? Okay, then we have another deer. Now this one was a present. This is actually from a very good friend of mine. So Jeanette, if you're watching, big shout out, because I love this. I haven't started him yet, sorry sweetheart, because I'm rubbish at getting around to things, but I love him. He's gorgeous. So this is Dimensions kit of deer scene, and he's just so different to have the scene actually on the coat of the deer with the trees and the sunset. He's beautiful. I love him, and I will get around to stitching him. But this was, as I say, this was a stitchy kindness from a friend from my birthday, I think last year. But I do really, really like the design. And then we have one more, which works quite well with the timing, because I'm just about to hit half an hour. And again, this was a relatively recent purchase, popped onto the Heritage Crafts website, and lo and behold, sitting there available was the Woodland Creatures Foxy design. He's just gorgeous. I have no words. He's just beautiful. Like that plush tail, the fact that he's curled up in a ball sleeping with all the foxgloves, and I'm a big foxglove person. I think they are the most beautiful plants despite the poisonousness. Poisonousness? I'm not sure that's a word, but you know what I mean. This yellow, however, is not fabric. This yellow is stitches. So he's full coverage. I seem to pick a lot of full coverage pieces and don't quite know why. They obviously just appeal to me. But yes, he is the last kit I have to show you today. As I say, I do have more patterns. I have a lot more patterns than we've seen, but I would be at risk of a very long video if I was to dig all of the rest of this box out. But I hope you enjoyed seeing my kit collection. There are a lot of deer. There really are a lot of deer. But yeah, it's not the most varied. As I hadn't actually realised that it was mainly animal designs until I took them all out and had a look. I do stitch other things. I'm currently, as some of you will know, working on what's it called? Summer House Stitch Works seasonal designs. So that's something a bit different. I'm also doing that on 32 count even weave, and it's the first time I've used that fabric, that smaller account. So that's a bit of an adventure, but I'm actually really enjoying it, strangely enough. But yeah, lots of things to try. As I said, if any of you have tips regarding Mill Hill, then please let me know in the comments below. I do read them all. Really enjoy getting comments from people. Would love to know, even if you just comment with what you're stitching, or you know what you've been up to, or just say hello. It would be lovely to hear from you. And if you would like to help out my channel, please hit the like button, give us a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And if you like what you see and you'd like to see more of my channel, then feel free to subscribe if you'd like to, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my uploads, particularly since I'm not always terribly consistent, but I am trying to be better at that this year. So to those of you that have been here for some time, thank you all so much for being here. I'm so glad that I'm part of this community. I'm only a small channel, but being part of Flosstube has meant an awful lot to me and has got me through some tough times. So to all of you that watch, thank you for helping me be here. And to all of you that I watch, thank you for being out there and for helping me to branch out in my cross-stitch journey. It's a hobby that I've been laughed at for in the past. I've had people tease me about it for being an old lady and liking old lady hobbies. And I say, you know what? If you like it, who cares? Do it. You know, if you enjoy it, if it's something that you love, do it and share it. This is a big thing for me this year because, as you might see up here, I have quite a small Disney collection. And I am a Disney fan, and I'm sat here with Disney earrings in and a Disney hoodie on. And the reason that I mention this is because that's something else I've hidden for a long time. And I'm like, life is too short. Show your passions, enjoy your passions, do you, be who you are, because you only get one go at this. So yeah, I'll get off my soapbox now, but I just wanted to share that little piece of information with you, that never be afraid to do what you love. And on that note, I will wish you a very happy stitchy week, and I will see you hopefully in the not too distant future. Bye for now, and thanks for watching.